Keeping dangerous drugs off the street. News4Jax reporter Eric Avignon asked Clay County Sheriff Michelle Cook about the fight against fentanyl.
Does it ever feel like a never-ending battle when you're dealing with these fentanyl pushers?
You know, I'm entering into my 32nd year of law enforcement, and the drug war does seem like a never-ending battle, but it's a battle we can't stop fighting.
Eric is joining us live with his one-on-one interview with the sheriff discussing this drug epidemic in Clay County. Eric?
Well, Joy, Sheriff Cook says that when it comes to the drugs on the streets of Clay County, there are several trends that are occurring simultaneously. During my one-on-one interview with Clay County Sheriff Michelle Cook, she spoke of a positive trend related to fentanyl overdose deaths in her county.
Our death rates appear to be about half of what they were 3 years ago. The number of times that fire rescue is dispatched to overdose calls is also trending down.
But despite the reduction in fatal overdoses, Sheriff Cook says her deputies continue to average more than 630 arrests each year involving the sale and trafficking of dangerous drugs like fentanyl, meth, and cocaine. Another trend they are seeing is a shift from fentanyl because the demand is so high that dealers have raised prices. A gram of fentanyl is no longer affordable for some addicts.
So what we're seeing is people moving away from fentanyl and, believe it or not, back towards methamphetamine.
Well, so you're seeing the fentanyl go down, but the meth coming back up.
Yes, sir.
A gram of fentanyl in Clay County now averages about $120 versus a gram of meth only costing $40. Despite the $80 difference, Sheriff Cook says addicts who can't afford fentanyl are still committing crimes like theft and burglary to pay for their fentanyl addiction. And dealers are more than happy to keep supplying the drug as long as they get paid. Last week, 25-year-old Jamal Hill of Jacksonville was arrested on multiple counts of trafficking and selling fentanyl. Before his arrest, he had been the target of a Clay County drug investigation which involved alleged multiple sales of fentanyl to undercover detectives. Sheriff Cook says that investigation alone is an example of how keeping dangerous drugs off the streets is a never-ending battle.
But it's a battle we can't stop fighting. There's too many lives at stake. There's too many families at stake. There's too many communities at stake.
The drug problem has also become a political topic, with some politicians arguing that we should close our southern borders to prevent drugs from entering the U.S. But here in Florida, drugs are also being smuggled in from the sea. Practically every week, U.S. Customs and Border Protection announces the seizure of kilo quantities of drugs off Florida's coast. They also admit that some of those smuggling efforts go unnoticed. Do you feel that some of the stuff that you guys seize here, do you think it's solely coming from the border? Do you think it's could possibly be coming from off the coast, or do you think it's a combination of the two?
It's all of the above, and I will even add through the mail. So we see the precursors for fentanyl and other drugs coming through the traditional mail. And so, the question is, do we need to close the borders? Absolutely. Do we need to make our waterways more impenetrable? Absolutely. Do we need to scrutinize the mail packages that are coming through the mail? Absolutely.
Sheriff Cook also says that lately her narcotic deputies have had to change the way they go after drug dealers. There used to be a time when they could catch a drug dealer right here, right on the corner. But now she's saying that those drug dealers, they're using new tactics, such as using the internet to advertise the drugs that they're selling and even set up the drug deals. Reporting live, Eric Avignon, Channel 4, the local station.
Thank you, Eric.